Hello, hello again to everyone, and we are today talking with on Fashion on Air with Leekei Tang, who is from Paris, and the topic today is customer centricity in fashion business model. And I would like to first of all introduce Leekei and ask her to talk a little bit about her expertise in the field. Leekei, I'm happy to have you here. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Hi, I'm very happy to be here also, yeah. As Alicia said, I'm Leekei Tang. I'm based in Paris. I'm currently the founding manager of a company called Alloy Development. It's a consultancy company, and we're in the business of helping entrepreneurs and companies involved in fashion business design, test, and implement um, resilient business models and organization also, and hopefully achieve sustainable growth in the future. Maybe you would like a little bit more about my background. So I'm been involved in the fashion industry for almost 10 years now. I have co-founded my handbag company in France, in Paris, was based in a French company. Um, and it was has been quite successful. We had sold out bags in exported out bags in almost over 25 countries in the world. And we had an offices in Paris where we're based. We also had an office in Hong Kong where we had, because we had quite a lot of customers in Asia and also in the US and Europe for the same reason. And it was very, very interesting and exciting experience. And well, to give you a little bit of my background again, it's that I wasn't coming from the fashion industry, and I have managed other businesses before, and but never in fashion. And so I learned it, I should say, the hard way. So I learned everything from scratch, and I learned it, by doing. And so what I'm trying to do today, because I've been really in the trenches, and so what I'm trying to do today is to be here. And I wish I could. I mean, I'm trying to be the person I wish I could have had by my side when I was starting this business and when I was developing this business, because I've been through so many different things, through so many different experience, life experience, and I'm hoping to share a little bit of all that and with you. And so, well,
Yeah, it's interesting to know that you have worked with three markets, let's say, so diverse, so different, which are the American market, the European market, and also the Asian market. Who they are very different culturally, very different economically and socially. So you have talked a little bit about your experience in business modeling, in understanding business models that are functional. Why why it is important for the businesses to orient themselves and to center themselves on the customers, and how these are shaping the production, the operations, the business itself, the revenue generation, and also the distribution. How do customers shape new business models?
well, that's first of all, it's customer centricity. It's increasingly becoming more and more important in fashion business, because as we know, I mean, a fashion brand is first of all about the product, but not only about the product, it's about the brand, and it's also about the connection that you build with your customer. And so, like for example, you could the connection can be built through different ways, through your ad campaign, through your social media, and everything else. But I think the most important thing is to build a connection with your customer, the one that will be buying your brand, your product. So that person will talk to different people in his circle or in her circle, and so then it will increase the brand awareness. And so when more and more people will will hear about your brand and your product from a vetted brand, from vetted voice. And so this is very, very important. So so not only will increase the brand awareness, but it also will help you increase your sales revenue, because once you have a someone who in your circle that has said positive feedback about your brand, it's like it's kind of recommended, has been the sales has been almost been done half of it, let's say, because it's it's never been it's not sold before it's sold. So customer centricity is very, very important. As you said, as you pointed out, for my previous brand, I've been selling to very diverse markets, and it came very quickly because a fashion brand is very global. So I hope that the entrepreneurs that will go through the Zip House program or will sell in very diverse market very quickly, because it can pick up very, very quickly, um, because it's a very global market. So I should say that well, diverse market have diverse habits, where and where well actually I should say that customer centricity and also customer service is already very, very advanced in the US and in Asia, more advanced in Europe and in Asia than in Europe, because the US has already a very good customer service. What I have done with customer to really work well in this market is that I have somehow catered my production, modify a little bit of my production to cater this market, because different markets have different needs. Like for example, in Asia, well, I was in the business of selling bags, but women are shorter than in Europe or in America. So I have probably have a smaller, small
The
straps,
shoulder.
the shoulder straps, and so it's I'm not saying that I have different design per se for each market, because it is about it is about the brand vision, it is about the brand integrity, and this is very important to keep it very, very strong. But at the same time, I have to to adjust a little bit for my different market I was working on. So for Asia, it involves like maybe small straps, and also extra care on on the very, very small details than in other markets that could have been like, yeah.
How do we engage our customers so they start collaborating and we can get more information, like you mentioned, like with regard to tastes, before we create the product itself? In a way that we create a model that involves them even before them ordering, because that could kind of avoid certain expenses, certain costs related with producing and putting into the pipeline, and then getting no interest or little interest.
Yeah, well, that question is a tricky one because as a fashion designer, it's because as I said, you sell your vision, you sell your product, so you could get your customer involved in the in the process, but not too much. So not too much, because you always have to sell your own vision, right? And so what was done for the past, and I'm just thinking of the past collections I had. It was like it could be different forms. It could be when I didn't have shops everywhere to tell, but I have resellers in different countries. So what I organized is that I have special events where we go to different parts of the world where our products are signed, and so we start engaging the conversation with the customers. And because in fashion business, in international fashion business, the problem is that you can very easily get disconnected with your customer, because it goes through first of all, you sell to department store or retail store, department store or big chain store, and then sometimes you don't have the feedback, you don't have the real feedback with your customer. So what we do is that we did something that was quite innovative at that time. That we decided to go to the sales point. We choose a different places, and we used to go there and just start organize a small, maybe 3 or 4 days pop-up store where we could meet our customers, our end customer, and that was very, very valuable information and very, very valuable experience, because first of all, meeting your customer is always very, very gratifying. Yeah. And so, and then getting to hear about their feedbacks, what they like, what they don't like, and that is also very, very interesting input. Sometimes when you're designing on your site, you just think, oh, okay, I could have done that way, that way, that way. Maybe they will like it, but then they could have slight changes, slight suggestions. But as I said, you have to keep your design vision very strong, but be open. So you need to find the right mix between between your own vision and
Your
your
own,
customers and your
your own
customers.
creative.
Yes, your creative vision and the feedback from the customers. I've never
Do
done
you think
that.
the design,
No, I've
yeah,
never
do you think
tried
the
to.
design
Sorry, sorry.
have, do you think designers have a value in experiencing their own customer by engaging with them, better understanding in their cultural, in their tastes, and being able to serve them at the same time while contemplating new designs and expressing their own creativity? Do you think that's possible to balance that?
That's a very interesting question, because as I said, when you have your own brand, you have you must have a very strong vision of aesthetic, of design. So yes, it's possible to be open to different culture. So I would say from the practical point of view, yes, you should be open. You could be open because after all, you're not selling a piece of art. You're selling a piece of product that should be used every day. So I think it's very important to be open to this kind of suggestions. But from the design point of view, I think you have to be very, very strict and very strong, because if you start, integrating everybody's comments and ideas, you end up losing your own vision. You don't have a brand anymore. It's another business model, I would say. Well, it could be possible actually, but it's a totally different business model. Yeah, yeah.
So you should kind of, in a way, be very close, but at the same time maintain your own identity and find your ideal people, the tribe you have there, that feel the same and see the world the same, have the same vision with regard to the world, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think. Yeah. What suggestions would you have to our entrepreneurs that would love to develop customer-centric business models? How they
well,
can interact, how they can connect, how they can understand better their own customer, and be able to deliver that message, communicate their own brand.
I think that that for fashion entrepreneurs, what they should do to experience, to test customer centricity as soon as possible, and I recommend them to do it as soon as possible, is to deliver and to show to the world what they have to do, and start the conversation really, because you show your product. The sooner you show your product, the sooner you get feedback. And it's by showing your product and by getting feedback that you're becoming better and better. This is the problem of a lot of designers, and because designers are somehow a little bit of artists, and the product is never finished. And it's very difficult, and it's a very difficult process for a designer to to show to the world their product. But I encourage them to do it as soon as possible, and show it and show it and deliver it and launch the product as soon as possible to to start this, to have this conversation, and to be engaged in developing sales, and maybe be involved in pop-up stores if they don't have the all the means to open a store, to be on the market as soon as possible, because you tend to, like, in for many entrepreneurs, actually in a lot of different businesses, they do their things on the side, and expecting to do and to finalize the perfect product, and to have the perfect product and finally have a big launch. But I think it's more valuable to to start doing and to launch your product to market and start getting feedback, and it's gradually getting better and better and better. Yeah. Yes. I think also.
So,
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
with regard to communication, for a designer, it's kind of really difficult to express their own vision, to express with clarity. I mean, to express their vision, and to be able to communicate. What suggestions would you have for a designer or for a business person in fashion, to, in a way, to be able to clarify that easier with the customer?
Well, yes, I would say that yes, not only it's difficult for designers to communicate on the vision, but also because fashion, I mean, designer and the fashion business, it's a very, very, very global market. And a lot of the customers don't necessarily speak your language, not speak English or like any common language. So it's a very very difficult process. And so it's what you should do, I think, is to use a lot of graphics and to show them by that's why the product is very important, but also the environment, the website, your lookbook, and Instagram. You really have to create the environment in where your product is sold, is designed, is created, and where it evolves. So it's really all about creating of this environment, but not only the environment. I would say the universe, because by selling your product, your fashion brand, you're somehow selling a piece of your dream. So you have to, and it's very difficult to communicate on your dream. So you have to communicate with different, yeah, graphic design. It could be photos, it could be films, and every small opportunities to tell them the story. It's and not necessarily with words, because words, it's important, but it's just one part of the communication. But there are so many other ways how to communicate on that aspect.
Especially when we talk about products that are so visual, so graphic, that you can go and actually feel it. You can go actually and experience by getting yourself into an environment that you can wear those products, or you can be appreciated, because we are appreciated for what we wear. So I think there are so many opportunities for fashion businesses to make that accessible to the customer, so they can test it, they can experience on how they feel, how they are dressed, and how people are seeing them as well.
Yeah, and I think it's that's why it's related to customer centricity, because the market is so wide, it's so broad, and there's a problem of language barrier, and there's also a problem of physical space, because as much as you could show as much as you could do, but it's not only about the visual, it's also about the experience. It's about the experience of wearing something. It's about the experience of touching, of feeling something. So it's very important get your customers, those who have already part of your tribe, who has already bought your product, to be able to share their satisfaction about your product. And it's all about customer satisfaction. And so that's why, customer centricity is very, very, very important in fashion design and in fashion business in general, more than, any other businesses, I think.
Yeah. We are almost at the end of our Fashion on Air. Yes, it's been really fast because, and just give them, I don't know, some advices to the people that are watching right now and they have a business in fashion. Just a couple of principles, a couple of advices for them.
Well, I think you have to be passionate because it's not a very, it's a very exciting business, but you need to be passionate. It's hard work. It's a lot of hard work, and you have to be very innovative and try out new things, new ideas, and also don't be shy. Create, but also show your products. Show your product. Talk about your products as soon as possible. Test it in the market. Wear it and be very, very, very vocal about your product. You are the biggest fan of your product. Wear it, show it, share it, and put it on your friends and ask your friends and your family to wear it, because the more people will have to will wear your product, with the more exposure your product will get, the better, the bigger exposure your brand will be, and the more people will hear about it. So don't stay in your cave. Start. Okay, the design, do your stuff, everything, do perfect your model, but show it. Show it, because it's not only. You're not an artist. You're as I'm talking designer. Designer is not an artist. It requires some artistic sense, but it needs also to be converted to the real world and be sold. So take it out and show it to the market, and don't be shy.
And in fact, make it viral. In fact, those close with you, with the passion for your product, with the passion for your vision as well, and make people passionate about what you do.
Yes.
Make people so passionate that they can go and recruit other passionate. So you can grow. You can grow your group as large as possible.
Yeah. Sorry, even if you just have one piece that is finished, you have a whole collection, but you're just happy about one piece, and you want to put the focus on one piece. Just start showing it, and it starts a conversation. It starts the passion, it starts the conversation, the exposure.
Yeah. Thank you, Leekei. We need to close because we would like to have more in the following discussions. And thank you again for being with us on our edition, on February edition of Fashion on Air. And we hope to see you here. We hope to work further and to contribute to developing more business models in Moldova and in the world. Why not? And connect with other people in the world. Thank you again, and have a nice day.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hope to see you soon.